worst behave.
JusReign.
Hey.
Finally.
On
ANOKHI Pulse TV. It's such a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet everyone. So.
No, you know what? What I really wanted to ask you is, what inspired you to create your YouTube channel? Why are you creating these videos? What's your purpose?
I'm bored and have nothing better to do. That's how it started off. I used to make like short films in high school, and then I wanted to go into film school, and then my parents were like, yeah, okay. And then the internet came along, and then YouTube came along, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it here. And then I started doing it, and then it kind of was like there, and it happened, and I was like, all right, cool. And I went with it.
But you know, when you go online, you have such a mass following. There's the opportunity to go viral, really connect with people from all different parts of the world. And that's really what you're doing. You're connecting with Indians and South Asians all over the place, and they're looking to you as an example of the community and as a role model. So how are you working with that pressure and with that role? Are you even considering it when you're doing your videos?
I tend to do what I do. I just feel like I like to make content that I think is funny. So if I think it's funny, then I feel like other people might think it's funny too. And that's kind of how I base my model.
But we were just talking about you doing YouTube fan fests.
Yeah.
What's the response been from those part of the community and outside of the community when they watch your videos?
I don't know people watch it in India. I thought everybody hated me in India, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
And why'd you think that?
Because I got a lot of hate mail from India, and they're just like, they're confused. They don't really understand. But I think the more rural areas don't really understand our sense of humor, like the sarcasm and I guess the satire and everything. They're more direct with their comedy, very punchy and very slapstick. So I guess they don't really understand that aspect. So a lot of critique that I got from India was that, you guys are going over to Canada and you guys make fun of us, and you think you're white now, and it's like, no, man, come on, it's the same thing, it's the exact same thing. And when I went to India, I ran into a lot of people my age that are like, dude, I was like, yo, you're the exact same. Like, we're the exact same people, except you have an accent. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a bit of a culture shock in that sense, but I mean, it's great. Now, we need to learn how to operate a vroom vroom ding ding ding. No,
I didn't see
why you did that.
I thought,
Why did you did that? Why you did that? Hey, maybe if you let me finish. Get out! The hole, get out! Okay, bye.
The things that you've done so well is you poke fun at our culture, but it really is a way to open up a conversation.
Yeah.
But for many, it's a point of contention, as you've just said.
Yeah.
How have you been able to deal with that? And what do you think your purpose is in trying to use humor as a way to talk about the things that we go through, the things that we experience, and sometimes how we act and how we dress?
Number one thing that I've learned with doing YouTube and everything is never take yourself too seriously. If you're able to laugh at yourself, then literally nothing else can get you down.
At what point did you really realize that this was an opportunity to really send a message? That you could really become one of the leading personalities out there on YouTube, especially along with Superwoman and Humble the Poet, and to really be a crusader for our culture, especially for those who don't know much about it. When did that point come about for you, and how did you decide to take it forward?
You read the comments online, and I think it never hits you until you're actually seeing people face to face, until you actually get real human interaction. And that point is when you actually read a comment, you're like, oh man, that's great, but you don't actually see that human soul in your face telling you it. So I mean, when I went out to community events or when we did events of our own, just to see like the amount of people that came out, the amount of people, every time we did a show, how many people came out and showed so much support, showed so much love, and how much passion there was to really enjoy the content, everything, the culture essentially that we're pushing.
What's the message you hope that viewers take away from your videos? And for those who are not part of the South Asian culture, who enjoy your content anyways, what do you hope they take away from it too?
Enjoy life, don't take yourself too seriously, love your culture, don't be afraid of it. A lot of people used to tell me that I was kind of shying away from being brown or shying away from being Punjabi, like whatever. But then, through these videos, they're like, oh no, it's kind of cool. Like, you guys have made it cool. You guys have made it cool to be brown again. I'm like, it was uncool? Like, why did we even think that it was uncool to love our culture or love our people? So, I mean, yeah, just be proud, man. I mean, there's so many other communities that can proudly stand by their communities or stand by their cultures and stand by everything that they stand for, and we should be able to too, right?